Hey guys, welcome back to my Maisto Rock Crawler videos that don't suck video series. You guys might recognize this one, the back in black. Well, look at it now. Happened to find some tires that used to be on the Jeep Liberty, and they fit right over the rims. So, it's going to be for mud bogging. So yeah, it rolls. And bumper looks great, and it's got some flex still before it we even think about rutting. Some mods that you guys can do, instead of doing my clearance mod, which is pretty involved, you can just take this front plastic piece off with 2 screws underneath, and I stuck a heat gun to it and bent it forward so it actually has a chance to do its job. And that goes for the back too, but to do the back you actually have to take off the back rims, which is pretty easy, and to get to the screws. And you can see there, maybe it's got a chance to work, versus it used to be just almost straight up and down. So yeah, that's all I've done to this one so far. Just kind of been trying to get my all the trucks running so we can go on a nice little ride together. And I wanted to show you some of the advancements that I've made. Let's see here. The Jeep Liberty is by far everybody's new favorite in my circle. And it's because of the longer wheelbase. It does a lot better. And the fact that I added some aftermarket shocks, took the springs off from some cheap Hong Kong shocks, and this thing works magnificently. This one I have mounted with body posts from the Maisto Rock Crawler Exrtreme, just because that's what I had laying around, and magnets from inside hard drives. They look like this, and you have to dismantle the hard drive, and then they're hiding in there. Just pop them out, and you look at, just glue them to the body, and you guys have some nice body mounts. This one was really tricky and labor intensive, and I spent a lot of time thinking about it. And that's why it's taken me so long to put out this video. It's here. I prototyped the chassis out of cardboard to figure out where I was going to mount the shocks. And I'm going to have a video later where I'll show you exactly where I screwed in the shocks. You can see the nut sticking right out there for the shocks. And this worked fantastic. So good, in fact, that I'm going to actually make this proportional steering and throttle, just like the Jeep Gladiator. This one's proportional. It's got that Metal Gear servo. It's got the clearance mod. And it works awesome. So I want the Jeep Liberty to have that nice control instead of the jerkiness at the Maisto Rock Crawlers. I mean, it's still a lot of fun, but it just doesn't look as scale. So anyways, yeah, this is what I'm going to be making the chassis out of. It's pretty thin plexiglass, but really tough. And I have a couple more chops to do before it's perfect, but I really like it. So other advancements are wheel slop. I'll show you in a second. This one has been modified. It doesn't have a lot of wheel slop anymore. Okay, the Gladiator hasn't been fixed yet. Look at all that wheel slop. That's common on all Maisto Rock Crawlers. And this is mine. Okay, I just added a spacer, and you have to cut out the back of the rim a little bit. It doesn't affect it at all. And you have to just tighten it just right, and bye-bye wheel slop. So I kind of like that too. And again, I'll have another video where I show detailed pictures of what I'm talking about. Other things, this chassis hasn't been fully modded yet down here. I just get rid of the battery box completely, and I'll show you that in a second. There also used to be a screw right here. You take the screw out and shave that off. And I plan on putting a little protector plate right here, because if you look at your Maisto Rock Crawlers, I guarantee that screw right there has a lot of damage on it from getting hooked on stuff. And I'm like, hey, wait a minute, stop, let's look under the truck and see what we're getting hooked on. And sure enough, it's right there, or the battery box. So You're going to see in a second it's not needed at all, and it won't affect the performance. Another mod that I did was maximum steering for the stock steering mechanism. So that means if you're gonna, keep it the way it is, you're not gonna mod anything, but you want to get more steering ability. Right in here, on the edges, right in there, and on this side, there's some area that you can shave off, and even this wall right here. Sorry, I can't get it in that focus, but I take a dremel and carve that out, and with the stock little pinion right here, it will push the Maisto Rock Crawler to turn even harder. I'll show you that one. I mean, here, here's the Jeep. Worked hard on this one. This has a lot of the advancements. It's got the wheel slop taken care of. It's got the clearance mod. And let's see here. It's got the magnetic mount. This one's waterproof setup. Let's see here. What was I going to talk about? Turn this controller off. Well, I lost my train of thought, but come back to me. Let me just talk about the chassis. You saw the other chassis. Here's how I do the battery box now. It's completely cut out. I put a flat piece of, that's a DVD case right there, and chop it out so that nothing gets hooked on it. And you can, it's a little, hot glue is like my favorite thing to use, obviously, because it's, you don't like it, take it off. Oh, here's a perfect example. I haven't taken this one off yet, so look how damaged it is. It's pretty beat up. Here you can see better. The rear bumper is stretched out there too, so it actually has a chance to do its job. Put a little felt back here to hide the body posts, and the battery gets velcroed underneath the chassis there. And these are kind of tricky. Everybody's different, so you just got to figure out how to do it. I haven't done any lights or roll cages. I've tried to do roll cages, but they come out looking stupid, so I've kind of skipped on that stuff just yet. I'm gonna get a winch ready, but let me get to oh yeah, what that steering mod does is allows it to turn. Look how much turning ability that Jeep has. Go look at your Maisto Rock Crawler, and then look at mine. Okay, this is why it sucks to have so many Maisto Rock Crawlers, because every single one of them now have to get this mod. So every single one, including this one. The Maisto Rock Crawler Extreme gave up its wheels. I started cutting out the rims, which I do on all my trucks now. Let's see, they're all cut out. Looks tough. And I like the colors on that black Range Rover. And this one will also have it's already got the chassis all modified with the battery box completely gone. I'm going to swap out these silver shocks right here for the fluorescent green ones, so that this will have matching shocks with the rims. And then now I want to show you my latest project. I've been working on these things like crazy, and this is what I came up with today. It's my Amphibious 6-wheel. It's going to be four-wheel steering, so the back will have steering too. This is going to be stationary, and yeah, it's going to be all black, cut out. It's got 4 seats inside this. It's a new bright Rat Rod or Rat Racer. I didn't like it at first because it was yellow, but it looks pretty good black. And I just kind of testing out where I was going to put some tires there. And so I'll take this off of here. I'll show you. It's just a Maisto Rock Crawler Extreme. Pretty brand new still. I didn't do the back bumper here. You can see it's like flat. It's almost straight up. Does absolutely nothing. Front's been modded. But yeah, so what I did here is just stuck a rear drivetrain underneath here, and wouldn't you know it, it fits really good underneath there, but the body is too wide for the middle wheels. It rubs, so I actually have to take this out, and that's a huge amount of space for the tire to get turned on. So I'm going to stick it in halfway. Forgive all the, that's what she said, puns. and then glue it somewhere right about there so that I get the clearance around the edge of the body. And so yeah, then I'm going to stuff the bottom of this with styrofoam, and I'm going to consider putting a boat prop and squirt guns on it, I guess, and float this sucker, waterproof it. And I'm going to have Maisto Rock Crawler 6-wheel, 4-wheel steering rat rod. Alright, look for that. See you later, guys.